Well, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Uncle Mark and Amanda. We are going to be doing something special today for Thanksgiving. It is called mac and cheese muffins, and they are absolutely delicious. But before we get started, let me introduce my co-host, Miss Amanda. Welcome, dear. How are you doing? Oh, you look fantastic.
You as well.
Are you all ready for Thanksgiving?
Ready as I'll be.
I tell you, getting everything going, the decorations and everything else like that makes a big deal, doesn't it?
I think we've been decorating for a week.
I know,
Finally
exactly.
done.
So what we've got is we're going to make some macaroni and cheese muffins, which the kids just love those mac and cheese muffins. But you know what? Before we get started,
Cocktail time.
we have special cocktails for the Thanksgiving holiday, and we're going to have Cosmopolitans because it has cranberry juice in it. So we get our fruit and we get our vodka. So it'll work out perfectly. Oh, our little ones are just running through the house making a bunch of noise.
The dogs are excited about Thanksgiving too.
Yes, they are. So let's go ahead and stir this up. And here we go.
This dish was actually a request for the boys, so we thought this would be perfect. We can make this today and still have it at our Thanksgiving tomorrow, so we get the best of both worlds. All right.
And here's to a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And to all of our friends out there on Cooking with Uncle Mark, we are looking forward to making this recipe for you today. Those are delicious.
Those are good.
Well, this is an absolutely simple recipe to do. One of the things we're going to add, we're going to do a little segment for you. And what that is going to be is we are going to go each week to the store, find something new and unusual. Maybe you haven't cooked with before and that you want to try out. And I came across something I have never seen before: sweet barbecue bacon. So this is something I'm going to try, put into a new recipe for Uncle Mark's Cookbook Volume 2 when it comes out. But it's a sweet barbecue bacon. Does that sound good?
That sounds good.
So in the comments below, if you have a recipe that you think is something that you use a sweet barbecue bacon with before, or like for us to produce or try, go ahead and put a comment down there, and we'll see if we can't make that creation for you. Okay? So
Sounds awesome.
with that being said, what we have today is a mixture. Let me move this little stir right here. We have a mixture of a number of cheeses that is going to go into this. And each one of these is about approximately a half a cup. Okay? And we have a sharp cheddar. We can go ahead and dump these in the bowl. I've already measured them out to be about a half a cup.
Half a cup sharp cheddar.
And I would say a heaping half cup, so don't be stingy on the cheese now.
Okay.
Alrighty, and then we have our Colby Jack cheese, and we go ahead and dump that in. We also have a mild cheddar.
Okay, and these are all half a cup?
All a half a cup,
All
some
half a
a
cup.
little heaping, a little more, a little less.
Okay.
It's not you don't have to have a perfect amount. It's just like exactly what you think might work out for you.
And you're going to get your blocks and shred them,
Shred them up.
Shred
And if
them
you
up
don't know
yourself.
how, just get you a cheese grater. If you don't have a cheese grater.
Yep.
And you can take them. Sometimes you can already buy them shredded.
Okay.
And this is our smoky cheddar.
Can I try that?
Yes, taste it. It's really, really wonderful. That's just good on sandwiches, plain and simple. The kids love it. It's a really, really great
That's
cheese.
very good.
Sometimes you just have to go to sometimes to the deli and get them to produce it for you. So, and then we have our smoky Gouda.
Yeah.
Dump that one in.
Another half a cup.
Another half a cup of smoky Gouda. Then like a Gouda to get you smoky.
Yeah.
And a smoky Gouda. I like me some smoky Gouda, please. Okay. And then we have our very last one. is a all-natural plain Gouda cheese. And we go ahead and add that in there as well. Alrighty,
Okay.
we'll get these right over here out of our way. Love those automatic garbage cans. Just wave your hand over, it's like magic. Just open up, you don't have to touch anything.
That doesn't exist at my house.
Yeah,
So.
you have to touch it and get your hands dirty, when you're, especially if you're cooking and stuff. So while we're mixing that up, we have already got our water boiling. And what we have put in that, oops, drop that down there, is a pink Himalayan sea salt. Really a good salt to use, don't you think? It gives a great flavor. It's supposed to be really good for you to use. So we have got our kettle boiling with water, put sea salt in it to taste, which you like. I just kind of get it in there for the pasta. And we have 4 cups of pasta that we're going to go ahead and dump in there and stir up. If you'd be kind enough to go ahead and just dump those in there and stir that up for us, I'd greatly appreciate it. So when you put just large elbows is what you want to put in. And one thing that's important when you put your pasta in your water, stir it. Otherwise you get a big clump of your pasta. It's like all cooked together in a giant clump. So, you know, big clumps of pasta is not going to cook well. So you put it on, and we'll put it on for approximately 6 minutes. 6.5 minutes. That gives it kind of a little bit of an al dente texture, because you're going to put it in the oven at 375 degrees, and you're going to cook it for 20 more minutes. So go ahead and make sure you're preheating your oven at 325 degrees. And while that's cooking a little bit, I'd like to kind of tell you what we've got here for you. Uncle Marc's cookbook. Have you not figured out what you want to have to give for great presents for Christmas? Well, Uncle Marc's cookbook is 230 recipes, including the one that we're doing today. Fantastic full color book. Shows you everything. Even shows you how to cut up the chicken. I mean, very simple, easy. You can go to any store or Walmart. If you can't find the ingredients in here, you're be hard pressed, because I didn't want to. I wanted a simple cookbook. You know, for the everyday cook, someone hadn't been to culinary school. It puts together some good recipes, the stuff that their family will eat, stuff that you can pronounce the name to. And everything down to pie crust. We have everything from breads to desserts to meats, and of course.
And here's the mac and cheese cups.
The mac and cheese cups, and they are a favorite. That's why we're making those for you today. So I look forward to having those for our Thanksgiving dinner. And of course the index is really easy. We've got it by categories in the back, so you can pick a category that you want and go to it and look for a recipe. We also have it in the front, index by page. You can find that. So if you'd like, you know, go to from the Uncle Marc, and that's M-A-R-C-S cookbook. Uncle Marc, M-A-R-C-S cookbook on Facebook, and there's a shop now button. You can go there. It'll take you directly to Barnes & Noble. These are sold on Barnes & Noble. This is a hard copy version. We also have a paperback version. So if you want, you can go directly to Barnes & Noble and put in Uncle Marc's cookbook. That's Uncle Marc, M-A-R-C, not with a K, S cookbook, and you'll be able to pull this up, order it, send it to your friends. There's a lot of discounts on them right now, especially with Black Friday.
Black Friday, you have all your Barnes & Nobles 20% off discounts.
Yes. And have you gotten your shopping started?
A little bit. Gotten some shopping started, not much. I'm anxious for the Cyber Monday.
I am.
So.
How many people have their stuff, I mean, just shipped to the house?
Already wrapped.
I mean, it's like you don't have to. I've got to where it's like, oh, I got to go to the store. But you know what? You get bigger selections. Seem like online. If the shipping is free, I'm there. If they're going to charge for shipping, I'm like, next.
I save money shopping online because I get what I need and what I want. I'm not just buying random stuff.
I know, and it's delivered right to the door. Slip it under the tree. Have it. Have a little gift wrapping thing already done for you.
Already done.
Great. Ship it anywhere, your relatives in the country. And Uncle Mark's cookbook, Barnes & Noble will ship it wherever you want.
Yep.
So make sure if you do order this, put it in the address you want them shipped to. These are, nothing's nicer than a good cookbook.
Right. Well, and I want to say on this cookbook, everything that my husband and I have tried to cook out of this so far, we have successfully made, no problems. We actually, the garlic butter for the garlic bread actually lives in our refrigerator now as a staple. And my husband has started putting it on top of our steaks. When we grill a filet or a ribeye, he grills the steaks and then he slaps some of that garlic butter on.
What a great idea. Had not thought about doing that.
Really good. And I even took the garlic butter and put it in the bottom of the pan for some mashed potatoes one time. And so the garlic butter is a very big deal right now for us.
It's made with, you just take that minced or chopped garlic and you put it in your mixer.
Yep.
You don't have them, get a KitchenAid mixer or mix it with your salted butter. It is delightful.
And I don't have a mixer. I need one that's actually on my Christmas list. But I still made the garlic butter just fine. I mean, you have to use your wrist a little more, but it was perfectly fine.
If Clint's watching, you've heard some of your darling, beautiful wife's requests.
Yes.
A wonderful, wonderful KitchenAid mixer. She's becoming quite the aficionado in the kitchen.
A red one.
A red one. Oh, and even color-wise. So let's put that here, and we've got a few more minutes on the pasta. And what we're going to do next is we're going to take this cheese, and we have taken 3 eggs and a half a cup of whole milk, and whisk those together, and we're going to go ahead and pour it over our cheese mixture. Okay, and now we are going to stir these together, and Amanda, I'll let you do the stirring for us, and just get all this cheese and egg very well combined, because once we take our pasta off, we're going to drain it, and then we are going to melt our butter if it's not already softened at room temperature, and we've softened ours. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll put it back in the bottom of the pot and kind of melt it down a little bit, and it makes it easier to mix with the pasta. Oh my God, that just looks...
That's so good. I missed it. How many eggs did you say?
3 eggs. 3
okay.
eggs and a half a cup of whole milk.
Half a cup of whole milk.
Yep, and just stir them up. And then we also have a teaspoon of pepper. We're going to go ahead and add that in here. Okay. You can put it in here, you can put it in, actually in with your pasta. I just put it in with the cheese, get it well mixed up good. And then we go ahead and put it in with the pasta as well. Either way is fine.
This is going to be so good.
One of the things that you'll need is smoked paprika. You can find that at most any store. And the smoky paprika gives it a good flavor, and it's what you're going to sprinkle over the top of your macaroni and cheese muffins.
Okay.
And they are going to be so good. And then if you want, I usually put just like a teaspoon, sprinkle at the bottom of large muffin pans, and our pasta is ready to take up.
Okay.
We'll turn that off, and let's grab those with a pot holder, and we can go ahead and strain those up. And what we'll do is strain those real good, and then we'll add that butter into the pot. Let me get out of your way. We'll add that butter into the pot, melt it down a little bit, and that way you'll have the butter well incorporated in with your large elbows now. And it takes 4 cups of large elbows. Usually that's about a bag full. Perfect. Great. Go ahead and set it on the stove, and let's throw this in it. Let's go ahead and leave that heat on. And what we'll do is we'll stir that butter, stir that around and get that butter melted. And while Amanda's melting that butter, for those of you that may have just joined us, what we have here for you is Uncle Marc's cookbook. This is a family recipe cookbook. Our boy wanted to say, where's all the recipes? Well, they're in a folder. He's like, can you put them in a cookbook? Several years ago, so I was like, okay, let's see what I can put together. Boy, did I realize what a lot of work making a cookbook is. They are absolutely the best recipes that we've used in the family. And I will tell you, one creative young man, Devin has given so many wonderful tips. Of course, and my husband Curtis, they have been my samplers. Of course, I do have other friends that sample test, and I bring people over, but it has got, this one is a pecan pie recipe. And we are going to make a coconut pecan pie for Thanksgiving, and it is so good. Eggs and cheese recipes that you have in here. You have your meat and your poultry, any kind of meats that you want. And I'll tell you, when I went through the vegetable aisle, oh, and this one is so good. This is a Thanksgiving yam recipe with the melted marshmallows on top. Yes, we're going to make that one as well. And when that's completely kind of melted, you can just go ahead and turn it off the other way. There you go. And we're going to go ahead and add our, bring that over here, and we'll add our pasta to it right in front of everybody. And shake this out a little bit. Okay, just set it right there.
All right.
You just take your pasta and dump it in. And let's go ahead and we'll take our cheese. Well, you know, before we do that, let's just have a little sip. There we go. You know, I added a little bit of cranberry Sprite to this.
You did? It's good.
The cranberry Sprite, I always thought that it comes out of Thanksgiving. It's so good. You don't get it all year long, but it's a lovely flavor. So we'll go ahead and take our cheese. Oh, look at this. Turn it so we can see it. Get all of our cheese down in here. All those different flavors of cheeses. Who likes to sit around and just eat little chunks of cheese? I know when I go to a party and stuff, I go right to the cheese tray. Look, get me some cheese. Oh, I hate it for those poor people who are lactose intolerant. Oh, that must really suck. I mean, I don't know what I would do. Like, I can't have any dairy. It's like, okay. That's like saying I can't have food. Everything should have some dairy in it.
Definitely.
Let's go ahead and stir that up for us. So, and then we're going to get this mixed really well. All of this cheese and butter and those elbows. It is, oh, it even just smells delicious. Absolutely smells delicious. And what you'll want the large muffin pans. Okay, this makes like a really nice serving for each person. You know, this should make about 12 muffins for you. And we'll just start with one.
Now, are we wanting all of the cheese piece-like to be completely melted?
Oh no, it's going to melt in the thing. Just get it well incorporated.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is we're going to take it and we're going to spoon and fill each one of these cups. So, well, I think that looks about right. All right, and so we'll just take this and fill this in. And while I'm filling this, do we have any questions? If you have questions or comments in the comments below, please put those in, and we'll be more than happy to answer those for you and give you some answers back. Go ahead and fill these up. Our oven's set at 375 degrees, like I said, and we're going to cook these for 20 minutes. This is pretty much all cooked. You're really wanting to cook all the cheese and stuff together. Oops.
It looks like, so far, we have Clint, my handsome husband, watching.
He is adorable, isn't he?
He said we got started without him, and then he said, hint received.
A hint received.
On the gift. Black Friday, for sure. Those usually go on sale. My mom is on here. Hey, Mom.
Hey, how you doing?
So this is my good friend Marc that I'm always talking about. She said, sorry I'm late.
No, you're not perfect. Just right on time for me.
Let's see, we have Susie Williams watching.
Hey, Susie.
And Crystal Rexford.
So, and I forgot to put the first two in, but that's okay. Take your breadcrumbs and you want to sprinkle them all around the bottom of your pans. Just a little bit. Give it a little sprinkle. It's about a teaspoon or less. Just give the bottom of each one of the cups a little sprinkle, and then we'll do the other 6 here. Let me finish filling these up. And once these get out of the oven, you'll want them to set for a little bit before you take them out so that they firm up, so that they'll come out like nice little muffins, and they're still not ooey and gooey and melted, even though that's just wonderful. Ooey, gooey, and melted. There we go. Some more in here. I mean, if you're going to eat macaroni and cheese, you just might as well go all out and have some good macaroni and cheese. It's like, no, I don't want no fake cheese. I want some good cheese in it. There we go. These are nice. Got a nice little fill on them.
I think I could eat them just like that.
You can. It's just like good macaroni and cheese before.
Not even baked. Just
not even baked.
scoop it up.
And then you'll take your smoky paprika and you'll just top them. And I'm going to let Miss Amanda finish topping these for me while I get the other pan. Get this out of your way a little bit. And I have a little bit left here from a prior batch that I had started. I'll go ahead and incorporate these together. So, as I'm making a whole big batch of these. Oh, those look delicious.
So good.
Wonderful. Okay. Alrighty. And then you will take these. Look at that. That looks good enough to eat right now, and I tell you, it pretty much is. And you'll take this and your other sticks, and you'll pop them directly in your oven and let them cook, like I said, for 20 minutes. I'm going to let Miss Amanda finish filling these cups up for me. I'll put this first batch in. Oh, before we forget, and I do this every time.
It again.
A little bit of breadcrumbs at the bottom. The word won't come to an end if you happen to forget or don't even want to use them.
Just adds a special flavor.
Just a little bit. And someone said, you know, there's Italian breadcrumbs that you can get. I'm not sure how that flavor would turn out with mac and cheese, but you might want to get creative. You never know. A little bit more there. A little bit there. Alrighty. Let's fill those bad boys up.
Now, are those breadcrumbs, did you buy them already?
Yeah, so I just brought the breadcrumbs. You can just buy those already made. The one thing about making these recipes is you're busy, you're working, you got the kids running around, you need to get something quick. You know, it shouldn't take you all night to make a recipe. You shouldn't have to go to culinary school to make a recipe. And I tell you, with those of you who may have just joined, Uncle Mark's cookbook is not for someone who needs to go to culinary school. It is a easy to follow cookbook, and like it says on the front of the cookbook, a cookbook for the everyday cook who loves to feed their family good food. And that's what I wanted in here, was stuff that was a good food. A wonderful mustard potato salad that we made one time. There's all kinds of soups, salads. This caliente corn, Curtis's caliente corn, he came up with a, yes, it is a nice, hot, and easy to make, put in the oven, corn on the cob that you would just love. And we'll have to make that here coming up, and we'll add that to our weekly shows. We're going to try to be having a quick cooking show once a week. So please share our Uncle Marc's, M-A-R-C-S, cookbooks Facebook page with all of your friends, okay? And of course, Christmas is coming up. You're going to want to make sure you get these ordered. Take those, you know, Friday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday discounts, free shipping. Ship them. Nothing's easier than just have your gift shipped directly to your family. And I've had so many last year that just order these, send them directly to the family, and they just love them. It's a great gift, especially for someone you know that cooks in their kitchen, you know, especially during the holidays and stuff. It's got some wonderful recipes. The chocolate cake recipe in here is really, really good. And
the red velvet cake recipe.
Oh,
really
made
good.
that for you, and that was an absolute delicious.
So good.
Okay, so we have one more wonderful batch of muffins ready to go in the oven, and set those over here. And by the power of the internet, 20 minutes goes by very quickly. And here we have, let me bring this up very close to you. We have our macaroni and cheese muffins. So I'm going to set those here. And we'll be able to have a little.
Those look so good.
They do look delicious. I'm going to get us a little plate.
Awesome.
So we can have a little sample. And
I bet the boys will be sampling these too.
they will.
Tomorrow.
That for you. For you.
Yum, yum.
Grab a fork for us. Look
Okay.
at that. Ugh. So we get to eat our lunch now. And it's one big mac and cheese. There's your fork. Oh, there you go.
This pepper off my fingers.
There you go.
All right, guys.
So let's sample this out and see how it tastes.
Okay.
Oh, it's just delicious
It's
with cheese.
very
Delicious.
so good.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could eat several of these and skip the turkey.
It was perfect.
Wonderful. Absolutely.
And that was so easy. I actually have a homemade mac and cheese recipe that I hate doing because it takes forever. It's layers and layers and layers, and then it usually spills out in the oven. So this was very easy, not time consuming,
Quick.
and you know the kids will love it. If your kids are picky like mine and don't even like turkey, then they're gonna love this.
You're kidding. They don't like turkey?
They're ham kids.
What are they going to eat tomorrow?
Ham.
They're going to eat ham.
But this is a win-win.
It is definitely a win-win. So we hope you enjoyed our show this week. It's Cooking with Uncle Mark and Amanda. We're going to be producing some aprons that say Cooking with Uncle Mark and Amanda. Slap that biscuit bottom. That was our first phrase. Slap that biscuit bottom. Nothing like our good biscuits. And
I made my first batch of homemade biscuits yesterday.
Yes, you
I
did.
did. My first ever anything homemade, really. They turned out.
They were delicious.
They tasted very good.
They
But they
were.
were smaller. And I realized as soon as they came out of the oven, the mistake that I made is I did not let my buttermilk get room temperature. And I was a little bit greedy, I think, with scooping them out.
yeah, make a nice round one, get them good and smooth.
Yeah.
That's one of our previous videos that you
And
can
then
watch.
using your thumb action to get them rolled smooth so that we put them on in the pan.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a big deal that I was able to.
I was impressed.
Yes, he came over and had one.
I was impressed.
And he was like, "Let me see your biscuits." I was like, "Oh."
Let me see your biscuits. Where's your husband? Where you at?
So they were good, but I'm excited to try it again. And I mean, like I said, that's a big deal that it was a homemade item for me, and it was very easy instructions to follow.
Granny Marcel's biscuits, probably
Yep.
one of my first big
Yep.
recipes. So we, as always, end our show with a toast.
Yep.
And it's slowly but surely, I think we're going to get Amanda to learn that. So,
You think?
yes, that's right. Here's to it and to it again. And to the hopes you do it again. The birds do it, the bees do it, even the little fleas do it. And if you can't remember how to do it, you call me and we'll do it to it.
Cheers.
Happy cooking.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
It was good.
Delicious.